Hi, I'm OMFG Really Nikki, and this video is about how to start saving money when you're broke. A lot of people think because they are broke and they're struggling that they can't save money, they can't have a savings, and that's absolutely not true. I've been to where I didn't know where I was going to get my next meal from, and still found ways to save money and cut back and do things to get myself in a better situation. The first one is make a promise to yourself that you will start saving money, no excuses. And honestly, that may seem really stupid or like basic, but that's probably the most important one out of everything, because if you're not going to commit to saving money and like putting money aside, even if it's a small amount, and making that a habit, you're never gonna really get ahead. You're just kind of be like treading water. And nobody wants to just stay where they are. Everybody wants to make progress. Everyone should be wanting to do better and to improve their financial situation. Number 2 is make a monthly budget. And then I also actually have a monthly budget sheet that I made with OpenOffice. It's the one that I use for myself that I made a long time ago. I just made like a generic one, and if you guys are interested on how I use it, I can do like a screen recording video and show you. But I will have a link in the description so you can download the one that I use if you don't have one. But making a budget is a huge thing, because you need to know every single bill that is coming through, especially stuff that's every month. If you pay rent, you know you pay rent every month. If you have a cell phone, you know that cell phone is going to charge you every month. Cable, anything, literally anything that comes through every month, you need to be writing it down and make a note of it. I'm not talking about crap that you like happen to buy every month, but I'm talking about the things that you know for a fact you need to pay. Always be budgeting those things. Number 3, this one is actually, to me, it's a pretty big one too, is stop eating fast food or stop eating out and eat more at home. When I say stop, I don't mean you literally can never go, but like if you're wasting money on Starbucks or, something quick, I see a lot of people, they're like, oh, it's only $2, it's only $3, it's only $5. It's like, yeah, go. I would like for everyone, honestly, to do this and go back to like the last 3 months and put your total for each of those months and see how much you're average spending every single month on just eating out and fast food. Honestly, it's usually a pretty insane amount. Like, you're like, what the hell? How am I spending $300 on this crap when I'm spending like that much for groceries? Like, it's ridiculous, because the thing is, you're not just paying for the food, you're paying for someone to make it. And a lot of times people will be like, oh, well, I was in a hurry and whatever. You should always be carrying stuff. Carry it in a bag. Most chicks carry purses. I don't, but I do usually have like granola bars or something that I'll take with me if I know that I'm in a rush and I just need something to be able to eat, so I'm not eating out. Carry stuff with you so that doesn't happen. Like, sometimes it's nice to have a treat, but the truth is, if somebody was like, hey, would you want to eat this for this much money, or would you rather just have the money? Most of the time, I'd rather just have the money. Like, every once in a while, I'm like, oh, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna go to Taco Bell and get something for $1. A lot of times it's a soda. But sometimes it's okay. But the thing is, like, if you're going out all the time and you're spending over $100 a month or $300 a month or whatever it may be on fast food and like eating out and pizza and crap like that, you need to cut back like a lot. Especially if you're always living paycheck to paycheck and you're struggling with money. Because if you don't have the money to pay bills, or like, say if you don't have the money to put towards paying extra on a credit card or saving, you don't have the money to eat out. And living like you do is just creating a problem for you. It's kind of like a tornado effect. You're just kind of spending and spending and spending and spending, and you're not getting anywhere. You're not accomplishing anything. You're just making a mess. So really like break it down and look at what you've been spending, and at least make it a point to like, you know what, I'm gonna cut this by half, or I'm gonna cut this by like 75%, whatever you can do. And the thing is, like, even if it's like your husband or your kids or whatever, you need to learn to tell them no. Like, if they're asking you to go get it, I'm not gonna say it, but I would be like, F no, like, it's not gonna happen. Nope. Because you have to learn to tell people no, because this is important. You need to save money. You need to make it a very important part of your life. And get addicted to that, like putting that little, 50 cents, a dollar, whatever, into that savings account every single time and watching it grow. it gets addicting. Once you really get into the habit and you see it going up, then you're like, you know what, dude, I could do like $5 this time. I could do $12. I could do $15. Like, you will be surprised how addicting that can be. And it can grow really fast if you really try. All right, that was number 3. We're already like, I talked too much on that one. But I feel like that one's a really important one because a lot of people make so many excuses about it. Number 4 is canceling or at least rethinking any kind of thing that you subscribe to. It could be Amazon Prime. It could be like Sirius Radio, Netflix, Hulu, the Disney Plus, Ipsy, BoxyCharm, any number of these like beauty subscriptions, whatever, anything that you monthly have like a subscription to, even cable, if you don't really use it, think about that and really like evaluate, do I need this? Like, I decided to cancel my BoxyCharm finally in December because I was like, how much is this costing me a year? And I broke it down and it ended up like, I think it was like $250. And I'm like, whoa, honestly, a lot of the time they get that stuff for free. They're not like the best items. Sometimes they're like cheaper made versions of like their regular stuff that they get for free. And so $25 doesn't seem like that much. Like, oh, you get hundreds of dollars worth of value, but the truth is the value that you get is probably half of what they actually tell you because tubes tend to be half full and things like that. So I'm like, and a lot of the times, like, I probably only would use like half of the stuff they send. So I'd rather just have the money or just buy one of the items if there's something I really wanted. Like, you know what, I'm gonna wait until it goes on sale or I'm just gonna buy it or whatever. But that's $250 every month that I no longer have to pay, so I can save that. So by the end of the year, I can definitely say, okay, you know what, I for sure can have like $250. Cool. I mean, that's money I was spending anyways, right? So making the choice to cancel something, even if it's something small, even like, I think Ipsy's what, like $10, $12, you can save that and it still makes a difference. It may not be a huge amount, but it's still something. Number 5. One of the biggest things you can do too is like know why it's important for you to do all of this. Setting a financial goal. For me, there's a few things that I'd really like to do. One of them is I'd like to actually own my own house. Like I do own my house, but I don't actually own the property that it's on, which is complicated. So this is not where I want to live forever, and I'd like to actually have my own house and have a little bit more space and a little bit more freedom. And also I would like to, like, I've already adopted children before, and I plan on making some videos about it, but I would really like to adopt a child from another country. There's a lot of horrible things and a lot of bad places, and just, it makes me really sad, and it's something that I've always wanted to do, but it's also very expensive. So knowing that, I know that I need to cut back and I need to, you know, focus on saving money and, you know, side hustles, whatever it is that I need to do to be able to do these things. Really, besides that, I think those are really the only 2 things that I really feel like I absolutely financially need to do. I'd love to be able to own like some rental properties and stuff, but that's not necessarily like a priority. It's just kind of something I would like to do. But just having that financial goal, those things give you a purpose. You're not just like moving aimlessly, you're trying to move in that direction of those things. So these are steps to actually get you to where you want to be. And the thing is, you don't have to have a huge goal. You can be like, you know what, my car sucks and I'd really like to like get in a better position so I have a good down payment to buy a car, or I can pay it off. And I don't have to have a monthly payment. Something like that, that's fine. Like, you don't have to have these huge, like, oh, I want to buy a house, I want to buy a Lamborghini, I want to buy an island. I don't know. You know, it doesn't have to be anything crazy or lofty. It could be something just simple, to be honest. Even just, you know, oh, I want to like fix my roof. Anything. Literally anything. Number 6 is trying a no spend week or even a no spend month. And a lot of people are like, what the hell is that? No spend? Like, how are you going to just not spend money? No spend means you're not spending any money on anything other than your bills. You're paying your rent, you're buying food that you need because that's a necessity. If you have to get gas for work, then obviously you're doing that. Or taking kids to school, things like that. But anything that you don't actually need, anything that's non-essential, you're not buying. That would mean you're not subscribed to anything that's not essential. You're not going out to eat. You're not doing any activities that are costing money. You're finding ways to do things that are free, things like that. For some people, trying it for a week is a good way to at least like start. And then if you do it for a month, I mean, you could potentially save quite a bit of money doing that. And doing that, like giving yourself kind of like, you make a game out of it, you make like a little bit of a challenge. You're just kind of like, okay, can I do this? I did it for 1 week. Can I do it for 2? Can I do it for 3? Can I do it for 4? Some people do like almost like a whole year like that. So just setting little games and like goals and things like that for you to do can help you a lot. And it helps break habits, I think, too. Just getting out of the habit of like, oh, I can't spend this money, instead of just frivolously buying crap you don't need. Number 7 is actually having a savings account. Some people don't even have a savings account. And it's really important to actually have a savings account. You need one, and you should have one. And I don't actually recommend having one at the bank that you use for your like regular payments and stuff. The one that I use is Ally Bank, which I like. There is some ATMs that I can use that are not too far, but it's not like super easily accessible. There's not an Ally Bank around the corner from me. And also they have a really good interest rate. They give you, it's under 2%, but it kind of like fluctuates. It's like 1.9% or something per year on whatever you put in there. So even if you're only putting a little bit, you're still going to earn a little bit of money on the money you've saved. So I definitely recommend them. I'm not affiliated with them or anything like that. It's just, I've researched what bank was going to give me the most money for not a lot of money, because some of them will give you a good amount, but you have to have like 5,000, 10,000, and I didn't have all that at the time. So Ally Bank, I feel like, is the easiest, and like I like their setup. It's easy to use. It's really like straightforward, and they have a good interest rate. So it's definitely one I would recommend. And you can do everything online, which I like. Number 8 is removing your payment information off of websites that you shop at. Like, it's convenient to have all your stuff saved, but it also makes it really easy for you to just click and buy, rather than, you know what, like how many times have you been like, oh crap, I have to go across the room to get my credit card? Maybe later. I'm not gonna do it right now. And then you don't end up buying it because you didn't want to do that. Like, sometimes it pays to be lazy, I guess, you know? But I think a lot of people can relate to that. I've seen a lot of memes, so it's not just me. So just removing your payment information from websites and not like saving it will help you a lot, because you're a lot less likely to make the purchase, or at least it gives you a little bit more time to really think about it. Do I really need this? If you make it less convenient, it makes it easier to save money. Number 9 is start using cash. Anytime you need to go out and shop, if you have a budget, like you're like, okay, you know what, this much I can spend $400 for groceries. Have the cash. Or if you split it like $200 at the beginning of the month, $200 mid-month, whatever you do, have the cash for that, and that's your freaking budget. If you go over, you got to put something back. Like that may be embarrassing, but it gets you in the habit of like, look, I gotta stick to my budget, and who cares what other people think? Like, that's another thing that I could make a million videos on, because people need to stop caring what other people think. If it's not embarrassing, it's happened to everyone, and truthfully, like, I'd rather be embarrassed because someone saw me put something back than spend money I shouldn't. It is what it is. And the very last one is just stop making excuses. If you're making excuses like why you can't spend, oh, I didn't have enough money, or oh, this, oh, that, like whatever, like, I don't feel bad for people that say that shit, because eventually it's like, how many excuses are you going to make? Like, you never have a solution for these problems. It's always an excuse. You can't have an excuse for everything. You have to be like, okay, I am going to do something to make this happen. Opening a bank account at Ally Bank is free. I do think they might have a minimum deposit amount, and the most it would be is like $100. So, but most things are like super easy to do. There's not a lot to it, and you can open the account. You just have to have that much to open it, like to officially like start it. Like, they'll have it sitting there for like 3 months or something. But tax time is coming up. Make it a point to save some of that tax money. That's another thing. Like, a lot of times people want to like show off and flex for the gram or whatever. And that's so stupid, because why are you showing off to people that they could give two shits about you? They don't care about you, and truthfully, you probably don't care about them. Like, who cares what they think? Whether they think you're broke or rich or whatever, like, stop wasting your money to impress people. Save that money. You make it a point to save a portion of it at least. Like, if you have things you have to buy, that's different, but try your very best to actually put some of that money away. There's so many ways you can get started, and I really hope that people will, because like, it drives me crazy when I see people saying that they can't, when I had literally nothing and I was able to do it. So like, I know how hard it is, and it is hard. I'm not saying that it's not. And the truth is, if you really want something, it's probably going to be hard to get it. Good things don't just happen. They just don't. If there's something that you want, it's going to require you to work. It is going to require you to put in effort. It's going to mean you have to make sacrifices. And you either do it or you don't. So I hope that this video will help some people, and I hope that it's, I don't know, like, I hope that it will encourage you to save money and to reevaluate your situation. You know, nobody's perfect. There's times when everyone's going to slip up, everyone's going to make a mistake, but the thing is, it's like taking conscious choice, like making a conscious choice to take the steps to get to where you want to be. That is the thing that is so important, and that's like, overall, what people have to do is like take steps, and you know, maybe you can't do all of these at once, but do one at a time and work your way through it. And by the end of the year, hopefully you'll have some money saved and you'll feel good about that. Because I don't like seeing people super broke and always struggling or whatever. Like, there's so many things that you can do, and I have so many ideas for like businesses people can start and side hustles and whatever. And if you guys are interested in that video, I will make it. I just want people to be in a better financial place and have a better relationship with money. So I hope this is helpful, and if it was, please leave a like and let me know in the comments what you thought. And if you have any additions, ideas, or even just requests for videos, let me know. I'd love to hear it.